What are your thoughts on Giannis this morning? Are you as inspired as we are?
Yeah, you know what? I'm so happy for him. It's just so great to see hard work and dedication and karma all rewarded. And it's terrific to see what he's done for himself and what he's done in believing in himself, as well as the franchise and the city that has drafted and adopted him. It was right around, this point in last year's NBA season, obviously not calendar-wise, but as soon as the finals was over, the front and center conversation was, what will Giannis do? What does he want to do? Would he want to stay in Milwaukee and ride it out and trust their process, or will he go somewhere else? Miami, Los Angeles, other places where it's considered a better bet and shot for him to win it all. And he decided to stay put. And the moves that were made around him had a lot of question marks. The Giroux holiday, is he a championship piece? And Bogdanovich deciding not to go there or accept to go there. And, Chris Middleton, can he blossom into a threat that keeps Giannis not having to do it all by himself? And the answer was yes to all of them. And it's just great to see. And I know that we were all in on the Chris Paul narrative, and was this his time? And it sure looked like it. And Monty Williams being another terrific human being who should be rewarded for the way that he's conducted himself and the way that he's handled his what's gone on in his personal life. There were just so many great stories, but to see Giannis be the champion is amazing, and it's just a great feel-good story.
Like you said, Rich, it's karma winning out, it's character over ego, humility, staying the course. There's so many life nuggets to take away from Giannis from this series. We've all faced tremendous adversity in this last year or year and a half, and had to overcome things in our own lives. And Giannis, obviously, an example of that in his life. Just a reminder that kindness wins out as well. You're part of a real cutthroat business, Rich, but you've always shown kindness to all of us here in the studio, to people you interact with, to work with. Talk to me about just the idea of being kind in the world of sports, which can so often, look to celebrate those who take a far more selfish approach.
Well, I mean, it's not just selfish. It's also a world in which, anger, controversy, and contrarian approaches get the attention. So, he is just. That's why I tweeted out a video of him from last year or pre-pandemic. I think it could be 2 years ago, of a little girl going up to him with a jersey for him to sign at some signing, and he gets this folder from this girl, and she explains to him that she's done a bunch of drawings of him and she wanted him to have it. And he stopped doing what he was doing and got up from his table to go around and hug her. And this little girl starts tearing because her hero or someone she looks up to and lionizes decided to just do a common, decent human thing, which many people don't expect of individuals who are put on a pedestal. And that's why I wanted to send that video out. Better than the video of me saying that I would never have broken up last year's Heat for
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rich. We mentioned that earlier.
I know, Ben, I know Brockman and TJ are just really champing at the bit to dig into that rather than the very kind approach to this interview you have taken.
Yeah, the Google machine is working on overdrive here today. In the Rich Eisen
we already
Show
brought that up,
We
Ben.
definitely mentioned that earlier, Rich. It's totally fine. Yeah. It's totally
My
fine.
worst take ever. I've already copped to it. I copped to it well in advance of this conversation and deep in ago in the playoffs. It really is my worst take ever, and didn't take long for that to age poorly.
Nope.
And what he's done is, he's incredible. We were even having some bad takes on the subject matter just a couple weeks ago, that he's such a liability from the line, that he's the only superstar who has to give the ball up, or the team can't create shots for him in the stretch run of important games because he's such a liability. Last night in a closeout game in front of his home fans, to put up a 50-piece and then shoot the way that he did from the free throw line, and then defend and play and fight through fatigue, it really is one of the most remarkable NBA final performances we've ever seen, and good for him.
Rich, his leg exploded 2.5 weeks ago. He shouldn't have even been playing. It's insane.
It is. He's just 26 too, which is the aspect. I think that, I don't know if it's already taken root, but I think the next few weeks will be that this is his NBA. This is his time. We were saying that about Kawhi 2 years ago, so we have to be careful. But Kawhi decided to go somewhere else,
right?
And he's not going anywhere, and neither are Coach Bud, who was supposed to be, if he'd lost that game 7 to the Nets, he would be out. Now he can always get a reservation in the city of Milwaukee the rest of his life. So it is amazing how these things work out, and Giannis's freakish athletic talent is now matched by the heart and soul of what it takes to win and lead. And congrats to Middleton and Portis and Holiday and the rest of the team to raise their games along with him.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.